Your sewing doesn't look professional. Let's learn how to sew set-in sleeves. Sleeves have a front and a back, and it's important to know the difference. The back has a double notch while the front has single. The space left between these notches is known as our sleeve cap, and that's where we ease. The notch at the top is for the shoulder. Here's our sleeve cutout. Start with right sides together and sew our underarm seam. My seam allowance today is 3/8 of an inch. After you sew, make sure to press open and serge so that this seam doesn't fray. Change your machine to its longest stitch length available. We're going to stitch without back stitching between our front and back notches along our sleeve cap. Leave your threads long and don't trim them so we have something to pull on later. I always immediately trim my bobbin thread short so I don't accidentally pull on it and lock up my stitches. Now we have to do a second line of gathering parallel to our first so that our gathers come out even and smooth. This also helps in case one line of stitching breaks. Pulling evenly on both threads, we want to spread our gathers around the sleeve cap, centering around our shoulder notch. The gathers curl the top of the sleeve cap over the shoulder. Spread your gathers evenly so it doesn't look puckery and like a mess. You want this to be nice and smooth so it looks even over the top of the shoulder. Turn your bodice inside out while keeping the sleeve right side out. Let's match up our underarm seam to side seam first. Put lots of pins, and you can even hand baste this to make sure it doesn't shift. Pin your front notch, which is single notch to single notch, and back notches, which is double to double. Pin your shoulder notch next. Then you can see if you need to adjust your gathers to fit your armhole. Ideally for a regular set-in sleeve, you wouldn't see any gathers or puckers after you're done, but I need to adjust my mini block, so we'll have a little bit of gathers in the sleeve cap for this demo. Now for the hard part, we have to sew in the circle. You'll have an easier time if you're sewing a full-scale demo, but since I'm doing my little mini demo, it's a little difficult. Make sure your stitch line is perfectly parallel to the cut edge or your sleeve will look wonky. Take your time and make sure you're not making any pleats. Turn right side out and you're all done.